Aaron Jordon, Blackwater Environmental.
David Chaput, Blackwater Environmental.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me here today. Now, I believe you guys are based in Gillette, Wyoming, if my memory serves me correctly. And Gillette, last time I spoke to some people last week, they didn't have any coronavirus deaths as of yet. And so whether it's good hygiene in Wyoming or it hasn't reached there yet, that's debatable. I'm not going to get into that debate today. But what I am going to get into is that companies are still taking precautions, and some people are still going out there. In fact, I talked to Williams Insulation Company, WIC, last week, and they've been busier since this whole Corona COVID-19 thing happened. And so I thought I'd check in with another Wyoming company out there, and we've got Aaron Jordon, president of Blackwater Environmental. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Dave, we'll get to you in a minute or two here. But first, I wanted to talk to Aaron and find out how things are going there at Blackwater in terms of Blackwater Environmental, excuse me. Don't want to shortchange the name on you there. Blackwater Environmental. And, how are things going there? Do you guys have, kind of an office environment? Are people working from home? Are people checking in? Are you sanitizing, the doorknobs? I don't know. Just thought I'd check in to see what people are doing down these days.
Yeah, most of our office staff, the girls have been working from home. Me and Dave have been in the office the last couple of weeks. No big deal. Pretty easy to have the girls work from home because all their stuff's on their computers. Everything we've got is, pretty mobile these days. So even Dave here, he works remotely most of the time. So it's been pretty easy. The office cleaning girls has come in like normal and just clean the office. And, you do what you can, I guess. Wash your hands is the biggest thing. What I'm getting out of it. So.
Well, that was the one thing I noticed too. A lot of the occupations just kind of naturally transitioned into what they were. If you worked in a cube or an office type of a desk job, it was very easy to transition to your home office. The outside salespeople, and Dave, this might be where you come in. Of course, Aaron, if you go on outside sales calls as well, but Dave, some of these outside sales calls, you can show up to a meeting and all of a sudden that day they put up a sign, sorry, no meetings today. And you might have to figure out a way to get inventive in order to get some outside sales calls happening these days. But how's the world of sales treating you?
I haven't been here with this company for that long. It's mostly we are just trying to stay over the phone. There's a lot of things on hold just because of nobody knows what's going to be happening in the next week or two, but it's still moving ahead. I'm not going to say it's better or worse than it was before. It's just different. There's a lot less of meeting for lunch or, taking a client to dinner type of thing. There's a lot more of we'll Skype or Zoom you for an afternoon and find out what's going to happen. And, everybody up here still seems real positive about things are still going. They're just, we can't do it this week. Let's talk again next week.
So you're seeing a lot more of the,
it's different. It's just a lot different.
Yeah, a lot of the outside traditional sales lunches and dinners and that sort of stuff have been replaced for the Zoom meeting and everything else, huh? Aaron, talk to me about your role a little bit, as far as what you're doing there in terms of you guys have had some business and you guys have had to, stay busy at the same time, transition through some of this.
Yeah, this is usually one of our busiest times of the year, and I'm not going to say it's not busy. We had some major turnarounds at some facilities, hold off till the fall of this year and possibly the spring of next year. So a lot of our bigger jobs have been pushed back, but, we usually amp up this time of year, hire some more staff, and we kind of shied away from that, and we shouldn't have, because I had to jump in a hole the other day and sandblast for about 5.5 hours. So we probably should have went ahead and hired, and we still might, the way things are looking. I kind of got nervous for a minute and didn't hire some of our seasonal guys, some of our summer guys, and might have been a mistake. Now that we're looking at it, we were having a talk this morning about it that, geez, we should have just hired them guys, because it got kind of busy there because some of these facilities weren't able to bring in as many contractors as they would have liked for some of this work because of, travel bans and things like that. So they kind of leaned on us local contractors just to pump up and get it done, and that's basically what happened. So, hindsight's 20/20. So, in one way, we should have hired some guys, and the other way, it really made us made us more profitable because we had less guys, and made us really look at the guys we had, going, geez, we've got the crews to do this. So, it's hand in hand. You think you need more guys, and then all of a sudden you're doing the work with the guys you got and go, geez, we can go ahead and do this, So, hard to say.
Yeah.
I was going to get really slow, and then stayed the way it was for us.
And I was going to mention too, you mentioned sandblasting. Is that where you're seeing most of your increase in your business coming from, or is there other areas that is the painting, the spray liner type of a thing, or?
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, we had to add a back truck this week to our fleet because one of our customers said we need to have a back truck on site. So we added another truck to the fleet just because we were asked to, because they had to work for it. So we're basically spread out on all of our services right now. Sandblasting is a lot of it because we do a lot of sandblast cleaning for facilities, and then once you sandblast, more than likely you're going to paint. So we've been doing a lot of that, and a lot of cleaning, and a lot of upkeep and maintenance issues, things like that. So I would say it's been across the board busy for all of our services.
Are you guys only oil and gas, or, I mean, being in Gillette, of course, I got to ask you about coal and some of the other different, energy sources that are out there. Natural gas, of course, is a pretty big one in Wyoming without the crude oil attached to it. So are you guys just primarily just the crude oil side, that oil and gas, or do you venture into other areas too?
No, we're in the energy sector. We're in the coal sector. Coal's a little slow right now. Energy, we've got crews that are working out at power plants and things weekly, daily. That I would say that's a larger majority of our business, and it's oil and gas and energy for the most part that we service. Yeah, the oil fields are a little weird now. We've got a lot of work in Colorado that we can't get to, that they're wanting us to hold off on. But we've got some oil field stuff going south of town here still, and it doesn't seem like they're slowing up at all because they've still got to finish projects, So I don't see again slow for another couple of months at least. This hit kind of fast, and still, you can't put down the shovel in the middle of the hole. You got to finish digging the hole. So, well, whichever way you want to fill that hole is going to be a different story, but you got to finish digging it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. This is the one thing I tried to mention to people during the last downturn. In my backyard, the Bakken, oil was, I think, down to like $40 or something like that. And they were still pumping out 1 million barrels a day. And so to me, that was pretty substantial. That take a shale play like the Bakken, where they had never pumped out 1 million barrels a day. And then there was a big party when they got to 1 million barrels. And a year later, there's a downturn and they're still putting out 1 million barrels a day. So the innovation continues to innovate. The technology continues to be more efficient. And, the thing that this COVID-19 and the coronavirus has shown, that the oil and gas industry is essential. And it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So tell me about the customers you're looking for, because you guys are staying busy. You're keeping in fact, you were looking at hiring some people out there. we both agree that the industry ain't going to go away anytime soon. So give yourself a plug, kind of who's are you looking for customers? What kind of services do you guys offer, et cetera?
Yeah, so we do everything from tank cleaning to vessel cleaning, sandblasting, coatings, facility maintenance. We go in and do boiler work for power plants, sandblast and coat, that kind of stuff. We're doing pit liners, containments around tanks, a lot of the spray liner. We've got a couple of mobile rigs for the spray liner, high-end coatings, all the stuff in the refineries, H2S, stable coatings, things like that.
So any of your equipment or pipeline type stuff, the H2S coating is remarkable. It's incredible what it can do.
Internal coating on pipelines, we're doing a lot of that. We're doing foam bedding for pipelines, the foam berms. So we're basically an all-around company when it comes to the coatings and the sandblasting and vac truck. So we got hydrovac trucks and dry vac trucks and things like that.
Dust mitigation.
Dust collectors, large 30,000 CFM dust collectors that we, set up at facilities when they're doing large turnarounds and they're cleaning and welding and things like that. We can mitigate all the dust out of areas. All around service. Check our website out. A lot of it's on there. If not, it's pretty easy to give us a call and we'll figure out if we can get it done for you.